This video is brought to you by John Robson Guitar Tuition. If you enjoy the content, please consider supporting the channel by enrolling on a course, purchasing some guitar lessons or a t-shirt, or you can join my Patreon. Now, on with the show. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. That was me having a little bit of fun with this guitar, my sort of fairly recent acquisition, basically a Harley Benton acoustic. It's a Harley Benton Custom Line CLD-15 MCE-VS. I do wish Harley Benton would give their guitars names rather than something that sounds like the serial number off a fax machine. But anyway, there you go. That's what it is. As usual, there is a full tab for that piece of music in both Guitar Pro and PDF formats, along with a jam track. All of that is up on my Patreon page. There's the address, link in the description. $3 or £2.50 a month gets you access to all of these additional goodies that go along with these YouTube videos. A massive, massive thank you to everyone who supports me in that, or any of the other ways, all of which are linked down below. Anyway, I bought this guitar a little while back and did a review of it, and basically I was after a bit of an upgrade for my acoustic stylings, basically. Most of the jam tracks and backing tracks that I do always have an acoustic bubbling away somewhere low down in the mix because it just adds a little bit of depth and dimension, I find. And until recently I was using that Harley Benton something or other up on the wall there, which has just a cheap sort of OEM no-name preamp in it. I bought this one because it was definitely upgraded because it has the Fishman, is it Precise or Precis electronics in it, and it definitely sounds better, kind of as a plugged-in sound. But recently, I've been thinking, well, maybe I should have a go at miking things up. It's a small room, this, so I don't really have room for kind of numerous mic stands all over the place, and, setting things up and everything takes time, and I'm a busy lad. So when I did the original review of this guitar, as I say, I'll link to that in the description, I played a couple of little bits and pieces just as I was doing the kind of walk-through, talk-through kind of thing, and just the sound that this mic here picked up, the one that I'm speaking into now, give a really rather, kind of encouraging sound. It's not an expensive mic, it's just something you can get, as you can see, on Amazon for about 35 quid. A fine USB microphone, just for cheap sort of podcasting mic that, that's what I'm speaking into now. I didn't make any special effort to, think about mic placement or whatever. I was just looking at the meters moving as I was playing and thought, well, yeah, that's just about hitting the kind of happy zone at the top end of the meter without going into the red. And I just recorded that piece of music that you've heard there, and I think it gives a really rather pleasing sound, certainly a credible sound, certainly well enough for good enough for my purposes, for what I want an acoustic sound to sound like when I record it. And that's the way I'm going to be recording this guitar now. It sounds far better than even the Fishman preamp that this guitar has got. Kind of makes me think, did I really buy an electroacoustic at all? Wisdom in hindsight and all that, but it's here now and it sounds pretty good. Just recorded with this cheap little podcasting microphone. I did add a little bit of, kind of treatment in Reaper where I recorded it. It got a little bit of compression. I use the compressor I use. I've got Guitar Rig 6. And I don't tend to use the presets in that for guitar tones, because I've got for electric guitar tones, because I've got the blue guitar amp sat on the desk there, and that's what I tend to use for me electric guitar tones now. But there's a lot of great little plug-in components in Guitar Rig 6, and one of them is a compressor, a VC76, which is probably, I would imagine, I don't know massive amounts about these things, but it sounds like it's some kind of emulation of the 1176 style compressor. So I use that, and just a tiny little bit of EQ to kind of sweeten it up a little bit, and that's what you heard. Bit of reverb, obviously, but that is what you heard. I didn't do anything outlandish to it, is what I'm saying. Didn't do anything more to it than you would tend to do when you mic up an acoustic guitar in any sort of situation for recording. And, it sounded absolutely spot on as far as I'm concerned. So, I mean, the reason why I went for the electro kind of thing and thinking about the Fishman preamp was because I wanted the best plugged-in sound that I could get, because basically, this is a small room, and it's not that easy to kind of have extra mic stands kind of set up, and it takes time to set things up and make things up and think about mic placement and all that sort of stuff. And I'm a busy lad and I don't have time for that. But if I can get that kind of acoustic sound recorded just by kind of sitting here, having that mic there and playing it, playing me heart out, then that is, I think, the way I'm going to do it. Why wouldn't you? So yes, even more impressed with this guitar now. It's the first time I've really heard it, kind of recorded, dare I say it, properly, as opposed to, kind of plugging it in, and that is definitely the way I'm going to be doing it from here on in. So there you go, folks. That is today's video. Just thought I'd give you a little bit of an update on this guitar and how it's settling in, and how I'm going to be using it and recording it. Now I can get like an acoustic sound that I'm happy with recorded. I think I might start having a look at some more kind of unplugged solos and stuff. About time I took a look at something off the Eric Clapton Unplugged album, I think, but I shall have to think which solo I'm going to tackle off there. But anyway, that's for a future date, and that is the video for today, folks. Hope you've enjoyed what you've seen and found it entertaining and useful in some small way, and if that's the case, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so, and why not drop me a like while you're at it. Don't forget the live stream every Friday, 5 p.m. UK time. We drink beer and talk about music and guitars, amongst many other things. Great way to kick off the weekend. I'd love to see you there if you can make it. But for now, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Look after yourselves, folks. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.